Shalom, I'm Rabbi Yaakov Spivak, and today we are studying Parshat Toldot. This is a story in Genesis of the relationship between two brothers, Yaakov and Esav, or in English, Jacob and Esau. If there were ever two twins that were more different, it's hard to find them. Yaakov and Esav, in their mother, Rivka. They were fighting each other. And God says to Rivka, when she feels the fighting in her womb, Shnei goyim b'vitnech, there are two nations inside of you. Ushnei le'umim mime'ayech yiparedu. And two great nations will come from within you. Ula'om mil'om yamotz, and one will be greater than the other at different times. This is the story of Yaakov and Esav. Yaakov, Jacob, is the Ish Tam, wise, quiet, simple son. Yoshev Aholim, studying God's law in the tent. And Esau, well, he's gregarious. He's always out for a good time, no matter at whose expense. So one would think that perhaps Isaac would have gotten onto his little act there. But Esau was a very shrewd character. Esau knew how to talk to his father, to make him think that he was a righteous person. And this struggle between Jacob and Esau was to go down through the centuries. Evil nation represented by Esau and righteous by Jacob. There is a story told about Dr. Joseph Mengele, who was the doctor in the women's camp in Auschwitz. And he did terrible medical experiments as well as murdering himself and sending many people to the gas chamber with his finger left, right, left, right. At the end of the war, when the Russians were closing in, Mengele had a conversation with one of the Jewish women who he forced to work for him. And he said to her, I know what you hear. You hear that the Jew is the Untermensch. You hear that he is the lowlife, the subhuman. Well, we know that's not true. We know that the world goes between my people at this time, the Nazis, the SS, the barbarian Germans, and your people, the people of the book. And we also know that one cannot be on top while the other is also on top, or vice versa. One cannot be on the bottom while the other is on the bottom. It doesn't happen. And if we don't stop you now, if we don't wipe you out now, then you will come to a position of power, your people in the world. That was in 1945, the end of 44, beginning of 45. Only a few decades later, an Israeli soldier stood at the top of Sharm el-Sheikh. The prediction that the evil Mengele had made came true. The Germans, Yamach Shemam, may their Nazi Germans their names be erased. They tried to wipe out the Jewish people. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And God raised the Jewish people to the great level. Whereas the Jews walked to the gas chambers in 1944. Now Israel today in our day is the 8th most powerful nation in the world, and it's usually second or third in its technological progress. Germany is about to be overrun by Muslim hordes coming in. One nation will be stronger than the other. We saw it in the Holocaust, as the descendants of Esau were prominent. As the Talmud predicted, Germania shall Edom, the Germany of Edom. Germania. And then it was turned completely around. And now Israel has the upper hand. And if we want it to stay that way, and we don't want any more marches towards gas chambers, God forbid, we must put our trust in the faith of God, and trust and faith in God. That will keep us from being under the boot of Esau, under the heel of Esau. And we will enjoy our place of destiny in the world, to be free to pursue the worship of God and the understanding of His great miracles of science and biology, and make it a better world. That is what Parshat Toldot is about. The Jew coming to self-actualization. I'm Rabbi Yaakov Spivak. Seid gesund, Yisrael, Shalom al Yisrael. And most of all, my friend, Chazak. Thank you.